This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I just want to, it's an honor to get together with you this evening just to learn a few words, some short divrei Torah. It should be a zechus for Sheleima, for Mazal, Bat Yeshua. Hashem should send her a Yeshua, a Refuah, Bekara of Mamash. She should regain her strength and be able to continue be inspiration and a source of strength for her family. V'noi Mar Amen. I want to share with you a very important idea that the Nefesh HaChaim teaches us. He calls this a Segula Nefla, a wondrous Segula. And the Segula is, we know of course that HaKadosh Baruch Hu runs the world, but sometimes we lose focus of the fact that there's so many different streams and forces in this world. There's wicked people, and sometimes there's illness, and there are all kinds of forces. And sometimes we sort of think to ourselves, well, HaKadosh Baruch Hu allows these forces to operate, and we lose focus of the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in absolute control, and there is no force in this world other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. This is called Ein Oid Malvadai. There is nothing other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The only thing that really exists in this world is the Ratzon of Hashem, is the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. No other force, no other power has any intrinsic ability, has any intrinsic strength. Says in Nefesh HaChaim, if a person would focus and contemplate that there is nothing in this world other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu and His will, then all forces and all difficulties and all challenges would dissipate and would disappear. In fact, the Gemara says that the strongest force in this world that could contend with Shamayim is something called Kishuf, it's something called witchcraft. And the Gemara tells us in Chulan on Daf Zayin that a certain magician, a certain sorcerer tried to start up with Rabbi Chanina, and Rabbi Chanina said, I'm not afraid of you. He said, Ein Oid Malvadai. There is nothing other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This phrase, Ein Oid Malvadai, it's interesting. The word Ein begins with an Aleph, Ayin begins with an Ayin. Ein begins with an Aleph, Oid begins with an Ayin, Malvadai begins with a Mem. Aleph, Ayin, Mem. Aleph is 1, Ayin is 70, Mem is 40, that equals 111. 1, 1, 1. The power of Ein Oid Malvadai is the ultimate Achdus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's interesting, in this week's Parsha, there are 111 psukim. In Parshas Vayikra, there are 111 psukim. Because one of the main functions of karbanos is really to obliterate in one's mind, in one's thoughts, that Avodah Zarah has any power. The Rambam writes in the Mar Nevuchim, the purpose of karbanos is to take the animal that the nations of the world worshipped and to slaughter it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to indicate that there's only one power in this world that has any control, and that everything is subject to Him. It seems like it's a simple idea, but it's something that we lose focus on. And it's even suggested that the night of the Seder, where the whole way we were able to leave Mitzrayim is recognizing that there's no force other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu. These three letters, Aleph, Ayin, Mem, appear repeatedly throughout the narrative of Yetzias Mitzrayim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Yaakov Avinu, Anoichi, Ereid, Imcha, Mitzrayma. Ereid, Imcha, Mitzrayma begins Aleph, Ayin, Mem. Yosef tells the brothers, V'halisem es atzmoisai mizeh. Aleph, Ayin, Mem. If you look in the Haggadah Shel Pesach, Elu Eser Makos. Aleph, Ayin, Mem. Elu Eser Makos. Even at the end of the Torah, we have L'chol Hayar Chazaka. Asher Asa Moshe. Asher Asa Moshe. Aleph, Ayin, Mem. That's the summation of everything. Ein oid milvadoi. There is nothing other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. It's interesting that the letter Tav, the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, is spelled Tav Yud Vav. Tav Yud Vav, which is equal to 416. That's Kishuf. Kishuf is 416. The way the Aleph Beis works is, as we move away from Aleph, Aleph represents Alufei Shal Olam, it represents HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Then the Aleph is, so to speak, cloaked in secrecy, in the Beis, and then the Gimel, and then the Dalet, until the furthest letter away from Alufei Shal Olam is the Tav. Tav is numerically valued as Kishuf. And the way to overcome that is Aleph. Aleph is Aleph Lamed Pei, which equals 111. 111, the same numerical value of the Rashi Tevos of Ein Oid Milvadai, Aleph, Ayin, Mem. So when we gather together to learn B'schus L'chayla, it's important for us to recognize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, everything that happens in the world is the Ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And with Hashem's help, it doesn't matter what a situation is, it doesn't matter what any doctor says, it's only dependent on the Ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Nothing else is a factor in any sense at all. You know, we say in the bracha of Refuah, I'll tell you a little secret. When I say the bracha of Refuah, we say Ki Keil, Melech, Roifei, Ne'eman, V'rachamanata. What do all these expressions refer to? We say Ki Keil. Kel can mean as follows. You know, our name is Yisrael. The Jewish people are Yisrael. The Yisrael has Kel in it. Kel means that Hashem feels our pain. When we daven to Hashem for a chayla, the first thing we say is Ki Kel. Hashem, you feel the pain of the chayla. We don't even have to tell you. We don't have to describe it. You feel it. Hashem is our partner. Hashem is our partner in any pain that a Jew goes through. So first we say Ki Keil. Hashem, you are a shutaf. You're a partner in our pain. You're the melech. You're the king. If you're the king, you have every resource at your disposal. If there's a cure anywhere, it's in your arsenal. You have every medication. You have every possible medicine. You have every possible refuah. You have every possible resource. So first of all, Hashem, you feel our pain. You're the melech, so you have every medicinal practice or elixir or remedy in your resource. Roifei ne'eman, you're trustworthy. How many times have people we know been in difficult health situation, and we trusted you that you helped us out, and you healed us, and you rescued us from the situation. And Rachaman, not only do you feel the pain, not only are you the king and have all the resources, not only are you trustworthy, but you're merciful, that even if we don't deserve it, you still, in your mercy, bring us the refuah that we hope for. So, Be'ezros Hashem, we hope in the zechus of us coming together this evening to learn Divrei Torah, to be mechazek our emunah, that ein oid milvadai, there's nothing in this world other than the achdus hapashat, the simple unity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's no force, there's no power, there's no danger, there's no hurdle. All there is in this world is the reality of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And in that merit, we hope that Mazal Bas Yeshua should have a Refuah Sheleima B'karov B'soich Shar Chayla Yisrael. Mishaber Chabeseinu Avram Yitzchak Yaakov Moshe Aaron Dov Rishama Hu Yivarich V'Yirapa Es HaChayla Mazal Bas Yehoshua Ba'avur She Mishpachta Mispalim Ba'avura B'schar Zah HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimali Rachamim Alea La'achlima L'Raposa L'Achziko L'Achayosa V'yishlach La Mehira for Sheleima Min HaShamayim L'chol Evareh V'Gideha B'soich Shar Chayla Yisrael Refuas HaNefesh, Refuas HaGuf, Hashta B'Aglav Zman Kariv, V'noimar Amen.
Amen.
Okay, Besuros Tevis, we should hear good news.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, everybody, for coming on.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.